Audi has quietly done something that no other brand in this segment has been willing to do. It took two separate cars, the A4 and the S4, and replaced both of them with a single model that looks like a coupe, opens like a hatchback, and performs like neither compromise was made. The 2026 S5 starts at $63,300, and standing next to it at this Audi Sport event in Bucharest, the reasoning behind that decision becomes clear. The proportions are the first thing that registers. This is longer and wider than the car it replaces, but the roofline drops earlier and the rear glass rakes more aggressively, which brings the whole silhouette lower. In Navarra Blue Metallic, the surfacing picks up light in a way that shifts depending on the angle. The single-frame grille gets a more three-dimensional treatment on the S5 with a honeycomb pattern that feels sharper than the standard A5. Genuine quad exhaust tips sit at the rear. The previous generation hid the reel pipes underneath and used decorative trim instead. Audi corrected that, and it matters. From the driver's seat, the digital stage takes over. An 11.9-inch virtual cockpit flows into a 14.5-inch curved MMI touchscreen, creating a wide display surface that Audi is rolling out across its entire new generation. The interface is angled toward the driver rather than sitting flat in the center, and the response time is quick. Sport seats come standard, finished in leather with diamond quilting and contrast stitching that I think looks particularly good in this darker cabin. The S badge is embossed into each headrest, a small touch that reinforces this car's positioning without being loud about it. The rear cabin offers enough room for two adults on shorter trips. Headroom is tighter than the outgoing model because of the faster roofline, and anyone over 6 feet will notice there are rear climate controls and two USB-C ports. It is not a limousine, but it is not pretending to be one either. Where the S5 gains a genuine edge over rivals is the liftback. If comparisons like this help you decide, subscribe so you catch the next one. 22.6 cubic feet of cargo space sits behind the rear seats, growing to 37.5 with the seats folded. The BMW M440i Gran Coupe manages 16.6 in the same position. That gap is large enough to change how you use the car every day, whether it is weekend luggage or the kind of awkward load a traditional sedan trunk simply would not handle. The 3-liter twin-scroll turbocharged V6 delivers 362 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque through a new 7-speed dual-clutch transmission that replaces the previous 8-speed torque converter. 0 to 60 takes 4.3 seconds, which matches the BMW M440i xDrive at a similar price. The power delivery is smooth rather than aggressive, and the rear-biased quattro system provides traction without making the car feel front-heavy. I walked away thinking this is a car that does not need to remind you it is fast. One area where the S5 asks for patience is the interior trim around the center tunnel. Piano black plastic runs across a large section of the console area. It attracts fingerprints immediately and looks out of place at this price point. The screens themselves are excellent, and Audi has already started updating the steering wheel controls for the European market, with physical switches replacing the haptic buttons, which suggests the brand is aware and responding. For $63,300, this is a car that covers a remarkable amount of ground. It is fast, practical, well-equipped, and attractive in a way that takes a moment to fully appreciate. Whether the segment shifts toward electric or stays with combustion for another cycle, the S5 feels built to hold its ground either way. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.